Now, I love Kyoto. It's got historic architecture, beautiful shrines, but the one thing they don't tell you is how many freaking steps there are. In this video, you're gonna see my buddy Rakan and I attempt a 2-day Kyoto speedrun, and you're gonna get to see how many of the famous historical sites
Can't reach it, bro.
Eat it. and strange people we're gonna be able to see in 2 days. But if you value the health of your knees, this is not an adventure I'd recommend. And our first stop at 6 a.m. in the morning is the 1,000 Torii Gates of Fushimi Inari. Now, Fushimi Inari is really worth visiting because it has a lot of historical cats. Oh my god, look at the little cats and the kids, they're so cute! Ah! These cats are like everywhere around the shrine and they're super cute. They'll like follow you for a bit while you're going up the hike and then they'll like scurry away because they get a little shy. And then some of them are just like perched on a rock and they're just taking photos with you because they're vibing. It's awesome. Freaking love these cats.
So we just got to the top of Fushimi Inari and we're walking down right now. And I noticed that like on the shrines, like on these gates, sorry, you can like, I guess you can pay maybe to have your, like something engraved into the gate. And so I don't know why, but the first thing that popped in my mind would be like, I feel like Mr. Beast would like pay to have his name engraved on these gates. And they'd just be like, I engraved my gate at Fushimi Inari, and the first person to find it gets $1 million. I don't know why it's the first thing that popped in my head, but it is.
So after making our way down from the top of Fushimi Inari and enjoying some beautiful views, we got attacked by some cats.
Okay.
And that's when we decided to head over to our second stop of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will soon make a brief stop at Kyoto.
Kiyomizudera to me is super impressive because as like a little bit of an architecture nerd, the entire temple structure was built without a single nail. So the whole thing, like this whole 3-story temple is supported by these interlocking wood structures, which is insanely impressive to look at. It's an example of ancient Japanese architecture pre-Western influence. But for me, the highlight of Kiyomizudera was, if you see this photo right here, immediately to my right was this group of Japanese school kids. And what was happening was like they were all posing for a photo and they all kind of came in while I was taking my photo. And then this lady to the right, her husband, yeah, this goofball forcibly directed me out of the frame of his wife's photo, even though I was there first. Anyway, and he like pushes me into the Japanese school kids. But these Japanese school kids, they were so nice and they all just kind of like crowded around me. So now there's just a photo of me and like 30 Japanese high school kids from Osaka on some random Japanese teacher's phone. So if one of those kids, if you're watching this video, please send me that photo. Now, Seikanji is a temple that a lot of people kind of miss because it's kind of hidden on the backside of Kiyomizudera. It's actually the final resting place of Emperor Takakura. And after checking it out, we decided to head over to the residence of the emperor himself, the Kyoto Imperial Palace. Wait. Okay, so our original plan here was to go to the Kyoto Imperial Palace, but we forgot that the Imperial Palace is closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. So we had to change our rotation. And that's when we decided to head north to Kinkakuji. Okay, so Kinkakuji is where our Kyoto's Bazaar adventure continued. Okay, so while we were checking out Kinkaku, this guy comes up to us and is like, hey, like, would you like me to take a photo of you two? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, like, thank you, like, I appreciate that. And then afterwards, like, the guy started talking to us, started telling us, like, his life story, like, oh, like, I'm from New York, I recently lost my job, and I became an influencer, and, like, I'm just kind of traveling Japan right now to discover myself. Kind of, like, standing there listening, like, and, like, looking at Rakan, like, yo, we gotta get out of here. He made me, like, follow on Instagram, and I was like, okay. After like saying goodbye to the guy, we kind of went to the other side of Kinkaku where you can get kind of like little charms and stuff. And at this point, I like separated from Rakan for a little bit. And 3 minutes later, Rakan like comes up to me and I was like, dude, do you remember the guy that we saw earlier? And I was like, yeah, like the sort of unemployed influencer guy. And he's like, he overheard the guy talking to another group of people, telling them a completely different story of why he was here. So from what Rakan told me, there's just like this awkward moment where him and this dude are just staring at each other while this dude is clearly lying about his life story to these two young, unsuspecting girls. It's so awkward.
Oh god.
You're gonna zoom into that one.
Nishiki Market's really cool to check out. It's really sick to like walk down and see all these like food stalls and like vendors and stuff. It's really good for like sampling food, but not for like actually sitting down and eating. So like I would walk through it and then find a place to eat. And so we decided to head over to like an unagi place. Now, before I even tried unagi for the first time, I was completely skeptical. But after I tried it, I was like, oh my god, it's so good. If you come to Japan and you don't try unagi at least once, bro, you are missing out. Now, what I love the most about Pontocho is that it really keeps intact that ancient Japanese architectural vibe and packs together these like really modern restaurants and bars down these narrow alleyways, under these stairs, and it feels like you're going on a little adventure going around trying to find one of these places. If you come after or around sunset, you'll get to see the street with its famous lanterns come on, which really gives the street this really cool atmospheric vibe. Afterwards, we decided to cross the Kamo River into the Gion district, where we got to enjoy some really beautiful views around sunset. But by this point, we were dead tired and decided to head back to our hotel. And that brings us to day 2 of our Kyoto speedrun.
Can't reach it, bro.
Eat the peanut.
Can't reach it, bro.
Eat it.
まもなく京都です。
Now, the bamboo forest is going to be busy no matter what time you go. But my biggest pet peeve about tourists, me being one of them, is like the second we get to a place, we're like, oh my god, we gotta take a photo. There are so many people trying to take photos, so just walk through the forest, and once you get to the end, you'll be able to take a photo without anybody bothering you or bothering anyone else. But that's enough complaining. The bamboo forest is just as magnificent as everyone says it is. It is so cool just hearing the wind rustle through the bamboo trees while you're walking through it. There is nothing else like it. Now, it's probably that one guy out there's like, well, I can just go to my local forest and hear the wind in those trees. And to that person, I say, no, these are bamboo trees. Very special. After we crossed the Togetsukyo Bridge, we arrived at the entrance of the monkey park, and we thought we could see the monkeys now, right? Wrong. In front of us was a freaking 40-minute hike up a 160-meter mountain. Pretty safe to say, we were not mentally prepared. But once you reach the top, you are rewarded with some sweeping views of Arashiyama. And a banana? But what we came here for was the monkey.
Can you grab it?
You gotta.
Big Mondo's coming. Here. Can't reach it, bro.
Eat the peanut.
Can't reach it, bro.
Eat it.
Can't reach it, bro. Why are you bullying the monkey?
You didn't grab the peanut. We good, homie? I support. I don't want to say it.
Now, exploring the monkey park is fun, but I'm warning you, these dudes poop everywhere. So, after spending some time at the monkey park, Rakan decided he wanted to take the easy way down the hill. But that slide certainly wasn't built for the thick ones.
Maybe I won't fit.
You're not gonna fit. Oh, he's too fat.
Moral of the story, I'm too thick for slides.
After the fall of the Tokugawa shogunate in 1868, power was restored to the imperial family, which resided in Kyoto in a period known as the Meiji Restoration. However, the imperial family hadn't ruled Japan in over 500 years, and the center of power wasn't in Kyoto anymore, but in Tokyo. So the imperial family had a moving day, or moving month, and had to pack up their things and move to the center of power. And although the imperial family resides in Tokyo today, and their residence can only be viewed from afar, the Kyoto Imperial Palace is so bloody windy. I mean, technically you still can't go inside, but still closer than the Tokyo one, right? Anyway, now, while we were on our way to the Gion district, which was our final stop of the day, we stumbled upon this really nice ohagi shop nestled away down this side street. Now, ohagi is like this rice ball covered in red bean paste, and this was my first time trying it. I got the coconut one, and it paired really well with the matcha latte, and it was clearly a really popular spot with locals, and personally, I would highly recommend it. But after that quick snack, we reached our final destination of the day. The Yaksa Pagoda during sunset, especially this street with the iconic picture angle, is so busy. We didn't linger too long as people are literally lining up to take their photos. But while we were exploring like the various side streets, I quickly stopped to like take a film photo, and while I was lining up the shot, the famous geisha of the Gion district walked out of nowhere and into the frame of my shot. I had never seen a geisha before, and I was pretty happy that I got to capture that moment. But unfortunately, that was the end of our 2-day Kyoto speedrun. While we were headed back to the train station, however, we decided to make a quick stop at the Kyoto Starbucks to complete our corporate America pilgrimage and snap some sunset photos. There is truly no place more picturesque than Kyoto. But what did you guys think? Was there anything that we missed? Let the folks know down in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.